What's up, guys? This is Chucky Fuego.
Yeah, it's the highest of high, Marty Grimes, and I want to welcome y'all to our show.
Toking with the Stars. On Toking with the Stars, Marty and myself smoke with some of the finest people that we feel are stars in our lives.
Yeah, and that finest flavor, the Zaza.
Yeah. And the ya.
The ya and the Zaza.
But Marty, give the people a little background on yourself, just in case they don't know you.
Well, our first show on Toking with the Stars, for everybody tuned in, I go by the name of Marty Grimes. I come from Berkeley, California. Yay. Yes, sir. I'm an artist first. I started out playing trumpet, jazz music, poetry. I'm an artist now. I sing, rap. I've been lucky enough to tour the whole West Coast, toured the whole country. Did Thailand, overseas. Yeah, it's been a blessing. And now I'm in the cannabis space. Shout out my Loaded Up ENT family.
Yee.
I was a part of a YouTube show where, we smoked the crazy, 100 dabs,
That shit
bong
was dope.
rips. But we also was educated on, medicinal purposes and all of that. So that's what really had me tune in. And I created my own brand, Yeah. And now the Marty Missile. You feel me? Shout out
Marty Missile.
Shout out everybody who's actually smoked these with me. A whole pound. This is a whole pound cone glass tip. I probably smoked over 50 Ps this year. Half this year.
Let's go. Let's go.
Tell them what the Fuego's about, though, Chucky.
So a little bit about myself. Originally from the South, born in New Orleans, lived most of my life in Alabama, and now have been video producing out in LA for the past 11 years. I actually stepped into the cannabis space with Bobby Dabs back in the pre-rec days. Then professionally produced with this company for about 7.5 years, and now I'm full-time marketing and influencing in the cannabis space. So lovely. And actually, this is a good segue
What a time.
to go into our guest, Marty, because
that's how we met.
this is how we met.
Actually, when I first met Chucky, he was behind the scenes. He was behind the camera. He was
true.
a creator. I ran into this gentleman who was like-minded like me on a separate podcast. Literally pulled up to his house, and then we clicked. And now on today's show, the brother from another mother,
What
Lane,
up?
a.k.a. Smoke.
How's it going?
What's
Man, how
up,
you feeling
Smoke?
today?
Good to see y'all.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
No, it's the way we all met was very organic. We were smoking organic weed, and
Don't panic, it's organic.
Preach.
and we've probably accumulated 500 million views realistically.
He's
since
not
we've
lying.
met.
He's
And
not lying.
we've been going to work hard. So I love it.
And it's been fun. That's the best part about it. None of this has felt like work, and now we're here.
Lane, what did you say the other day?
Oh,
to
yeah.
me in the text message.
I was having a mushroom trip, and I was like, is it work if we're not really working?
Exactly.
Yeah, I was like-
And I was like, bro, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
I was like, I know, because when we do this, it's fun.
I was like,
This
I'm
is
on
fun.
mushrooms. I can't work right now, but am I actually working when I'm working? And I was like, yeah,
Turned that passion into profession.
but right.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your background, Lane, where you came from,
Give
what
that
you did in
intro.
the past, please.
I'm originally from Houston, Texas. I started my career off in the music industry, throwing concerts locally in Houston, and I didn't end up going to college, but a lot of my friends did, and we're in fraternities, and I used to book all their parties back.
I feel like you booked
Early
one
in the
too
days.
that I think I was at,
I
but
think I
we
did.
didn't know each other at that time.
And
The universe.
these universities have pretty big social budgets, so I was leveraging their money to book cool artists. And
Shout out some. Just a couple.
so Waka Flocka, who I ended up working
Yeah.
for, was I worked for him for 2 years. The first campaign I ever ran on the marketing was he was hiring a blunt roller for $50K a year.
Look at that. Look at that.
And
Great
then,
job, Ryan.
and Seth Rogen ended up being the winner as a joke. But the other artist I ended up working for was Macklemore, and I moved to Seattle to go work for him from Texas, and that's where I also got my introduction into the cannabis industry, was moving out there. So,
Yeah, completely legal.
yeah, legal. It was compliant there first. There a lot of the best genetics have come from Seattle, Oregon, and Humboldt. So you get
Preach.
to
West
you
Coast.
get to learn a lot about cannabis from a cultivating level when you're living out.
Different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not just a consumer, not just the one who runs and gets to enjoy the flowers, but see how it gets created, the process. So this is why you enjoy the flower. I think that's what Loaded Up ENT did for me. When I got to learn more about it, it actually made me enjoy it more. It did make me kind of a snob. You feel me? But at the same time, we putting it in our bodies, so we want the best.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying?
Agreed. We want to know where that flower came from. 100%.
Yeah.
So when we first ran into each other, I was doing a Twitch live stream for you. It was in your headquarters at your house, and then Marty started coming over, and we all started creating content together. And now it's been like how many years, Smoke?
We started, I would say, what was the end of the pandemic?
Like 2020, 2021?
Or the start, right? The start of the pandemic.
It was, I think we had a little bit of pandemic going.
Oh, yeah.
Probably it was like 6 months into it.
Yeah.
And I forgot what was the first video we ever shot.
I know, that's a great question.
It was
the car video.
The car?
It was the quick green screen where we literally sat in front of it.
I think it was A Quiet Place.
No, that was second.
That was second.
Yeah, we just sat like the newscasters, and we acted like we came in high, and then the car ran behind us, and we like jumped out of the way type shit.
Yeah. Okay, so if everyone remembers this video, we'll probably pull it up and put it on screen right now. But this video went viral, and it was these two guys that are doing the news, and they have this big LED screen behind them, kind of like the one that we have here at Cannabis Talk 101, but they had this car wreck that happened behind them, and they jumped out of the way. And I mean, the memes went rampant.
Yeah, when you get too high before work.
Exactly.
But quick shout out to Cannabis Talk 101.
Yee, shout out Cannabis Talk 101.
Yeah, this beautiful facility that you blessed us with. You feel me? Is it loud and clear? Can you hear me, Crispy?
They are OGs and continue to make content. I think is the most important aspect of legalizing cannabis.
Well, talk to us about content, brother, because that's, I mean,
your world, your lane.
Yeah, this is your lane. I mean, tell the people,
this is Lane's lane.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I've been as a content creator. I started at the beginning of the pandemic. I wasn't in front of the camera either. It's definitely like a weird, thing to start doing, is being out there, especially in a industry like this.
Definitely. Yeah.
But to make extreme change, you can focus on two things, and I think it's comedy and education are the two brackets.
Yes.
And that
making people smarter, making people laugh.
100%.
And like for instance, I could use an example like Cannabis Talk 101 doing the Pop Brothers podcast and show. That
law
was
education.
Yeah, tons of education. Like I understand how to confidently talk to a police officer due to those videos.
Knowledge is power.
That's a great way. That's what the media would never show you in a mainstream format, and that's people have negative connotations towards social media. But my perspective is it gives the everyday person the ability to reach people, and it can actually change perspectives if you're not just watching 5 television channels or 20.
If you properly know how to decipher what you're intaking off the social media platforms, and it could be educational, helpful.
Right.
Like it's damn near the news if you actually know how to use it.
You have to use it properly, and
what's fake, what's you know what I mean?
My parents are 70, and I'm very on top of them when it comes to like teaching them how to know, because there's no reason why you should get behind on the digital curve.
No reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
Every new app, every new software, if you're in any industry, learn the new stuff because you don't want to be left behind. You don't want to be left behind. And in fact, wait, I got a question for both of you. There's this new app out. And
Mastodon?
No. It's called Be Real.
Oh, Be Real, yeah.
But BeReal. Mm-hmm. You and your friends are all challenged to post at the same time, and the app notifies you when to post.
And have you heard you're only allowed to be on there, I think, for 15 minutes a day?
Wow. I did not.
And basically, like, I think that's interesting because you're taking, like, the thoughtful millennial approach to starting a company, whatever. It's just I kind of see through that at the same time.
It's
like,
a little bit,
15 minutes a day, blah, blah, blah. But the reality is, like, I have gotten every major client I've ever worked with through Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you just don't sit there and ingest kitties and titties all day, but and memes, you can you can actually make use of your time on social media.
That's what I'm saying. Like what you digest, I think people look at it the wrong way. You know, they don't look at it
Agreed.
as a tool. They
Agreed.
look at it as something to pass time with.
Agreed.
And
Right.
that's why you have to change that mindset and actually see, because there's a lot of people out there that's making more than a good living off of it. So it's like you have no excuse.
Yeah,
But,
and I mean
yeah.
the censorship is the toughest part for
us
Yes.
in cannabis.
And
Yes.
I figure out we figured out our way around it, quote unquote, kinda.
knock on some wood.
Knock
You
on,
know,
s-
like-
yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? Like that's. We've all been blessed
on
so
the wood.
far. We're gonna continue
I'm
to stay
knocking on the
blessed.
wood
That's
right
all
now.
we're gonna say. We love you,
there
Instagram.
you
Let's move on.
Yeah,
No,
we
yeah.
love you.
We love you. We love you.
But, you know, Twitter is definitely a great app that allows you to push the boundary a little bit more. And then I've been preaching Discord because I think community-based, you know.
Yeah. Shout out Discord. Shout out Discord.
Yeah, brands with relatable communities around them sell better than celebrity-based marketing now.
100%.
That's what it's definitely moved to, because like since Instagram is so tainted and like just washed with so much shit every single day, the Discord actually will help having that, like, you know, close home community, just talking about still this almost the same things on Instagram, but you can, you know, seed in
Yep.
what you have going on with your product or company, or and
Yep.
people are there for that already.
Yep.
So
And
yeah.
that's why I think it's crazy, and I just think it's crazy that we were able to cultivate what we've cultivated in the small amount of time that we've been able to in the cannabis community, when this community has been around, you know, since pre-rec. You know, like I remember all of the hundreds and 200,000 people, you know, follower people that were from back in the day. And, you know, now it's, you know, some of those people are still around. Some of those people, you know, have started doing other things. But I just think it's crazy the timing that we popped into it. I mean, I guess it really was the Instagram Reels coming out, right?
Yeah, and the pandemic was a boost for everybody on
Yeah.
social media.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
made everybody switch. I want to
People
say
need-
that
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Because I wouldn't have seen myself like doing this, because I was a touring artist. Like literally, I probably spent
Yep.
more than half of my year on the road.
Yep.
So I didn't, you know.
Yeah.
But then being stuck inside, it was definitely a shift.
How do
And
we
then-
connect to someone, right? Yeah, like
and
how-
still enjoy it.
Yeah,
you know
exactly,
And
yeah.
I thought about it. I actually already did memes prior on Instagram, but just with my photos. So like
Yep.
transitioning
Yeah.
into the acting and the, you know, the voice overs and whatnot was just taking it to the next level with something I already had fun doing. So
True.
it was cool.
True. Well, I think this is probably a good spot to pause. You know, we'll be right back after this break.